Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about how to prepare a project so that your creative deliveries are in the right format, they are aligned with the brand or directions that is needed, and of course to minimize any unnecessary iterations. Now, by following this structure, you'll be able to streamline the whole process of keeping everything organized from the start. So, the first step of all of this is obviously to create a project. Now, once you create the project, begin by describing simply in plain words what is this project about. Include the objective of the project, so it could be like a campaign or a product launch or something like that. You can of course state if there's like a due date for the project or any other dependencies that's needed. You can add reference material, just as you can also put in a link to, for instance, a Google Drive folder where you can find additional information. Basically, this is where you make sure that everyone can find what they need regarding this project. What you also want to do is set up all of the deliverables. And to do that, we'll use an example right now. In this case, we'll do a campaign, and there's 5 overall deliveries. The first one is a landing page. We need to have a design for that, and most likely that will be done in Figma. We then also need a video ad, but it needs to work on 3 different formats. We also need a specific deep dive video that has a lot of information in it. So that's a bit more detailed. And then finally, there's a call to action needed that has a piece of like a white paper that's needed. So that's a PDF, a downloadable. We'll also include that inside this project. And finally, there's a high level detailed hero image we need both for the landing page, but this is something that we also want to reuse for other places, for other channels. So that's the 5 rather large deliverables that's needed. Now the next step then is to simply create an asset which you can consider of like being a folder for each of these deliverables. You'll just name them what you think is the best. So it could be landing page, video ad, deep dive video, PDF, white paper, and a hero image. And now what you'll do is for each of these, they have the ability to be described through like plain words again in a description, but also add any reference material as uploads or links to competitors or whatever you want to say. This is what I envision this should be like. So you'll add all of those requirements for each of these assets that are empty for now. So now what you've done is you created a project and you have all of these 5 assets that has a really good description of what you want to do with them. Now the next step is to invite a collaborator for this. Now you will, in this case, most likely already know someone who needs to work on this, so you'll invite them into this project. And what they'll see is then everything that you have prepared, all of the expectations you have for each deliverable, and they can even ask about if anything is unclear, and you can update it together. Now what happens then is, as soon as they accept that, okay, I understand what is needed to be done, I'll get right on it, they can simply just drag this card into the in progress column and then start working on it. Now then later, maybe later that day or a week or whatever, I get a notification that something is ready to review, and that means that the creator have created a first version. Now I can go into Niimblr and I can see what is the version. I can add any feedback, annotations, or I can even approve it if it's perfect in the first go. But this is where the ping pong starts. So now, because we've already set up the project initially, we can see all of the updates going on, all of the deliveries, the definitions of done, everything that's expected from the start, and how that works over time, and if we're actually hitting what was intended in terms of direction and so on and so forth. Now this will create full transparency from the briefing of the task to the delivery of it. It means that everyone can see what's going on. You can even track the speed of completion as well. So to sum it up, in order to do this by prepping a creative project with this structured approach, what you'll get is clear expectations from start. You will have a more efficient collaboration with full transparency, and of course this streamlined delivery of assets will actually make sure that you will have fewer iterations because of fewer misunderstandings. So I hope that this guide would help you in setting up your creative projects and managing all of your deliveries going forward. Now let me know if you have any other topics that you'd like to see in the future Product Chronicles.